Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be talking about what I've been working on for the past year, my passion project, my high school dream car, my 1999 Honda Civic Type R.
I'm making this video to document and remember this amazing car, but also to share my experience with all of you. I've had my fun restoring and modifying it, and it's time for me to pass it on to a new owner. Before we dive into my thoughts on this car, let's go for a little drive. AC on though. So the story behind this particular car was that at the time I was looking at Civics, thinking about building like a USDM EM1 SI build, Electron Blue Pearl with a B series swap. I ended up discovering that I was going to be building like a Type R clone, and so I figured, why clone a Type R, go through all the hassle of finding the parts, sourcing everything, when I should just go and get a Type R since they're 25-year legal. And so I had my friends over at Oishi Imports here in Houston go and look for a Civic Type R at auction in Japan directly. And so we went through a few auctions, found the right car for me, ended up being this one. And Jesse at Oishi helped me take care of the bidding process, payments, shipping and transportation over to Texas, and then documentation as well to make sure this car is completely legal and registered here in Texas. From there, getting into the car for the very first time was just absolutely crazy. I mean, I'd never driven a right-hand drive car before, so being on the right side really took some getting used to, shifting with my left hand. The mirror positions we're not really used to. The wiper and the signal switch are swapped. But once I get past that, man, this car was just amazing. The way it drives, it's so light. The engine is so responsive, shifting is very precise, throttle is exactly as sensitive as you need it to be, and just downshifting, rev matching, just absolutely perfect. Everything that they say on YouTube is true about this car. It's just a super blast to drive. You can redline it through third gear on the freeway, and you're really not going much faster than the speed limit. Makes a ton of good noises, revs super high, and with the right exhaust, you can hear the VTEC crossover, super loud at 6200, and it's just an absolute joy to get to the red line at 8400 RPM. And the interior is pretty Spartan, right? It's a kind of couple pieces of cloth, like 5 pieces of plastic total inside the interior of the car. The Recaro seats are pretty awesome, hold you really well, really comfy. They recline so you can get in the back seat. But yeah, this car is just amazing in terms of drivability, getting in the drive, being able to enjoy driving and feeling the road. There's really nothing quite like it. The sponsor of today's video is no one. I'm just doing this for fun, so hopefully you guys are enjoying it too. Leave me a comment below, tell me what you think so far. Then as far as modifications, this car is pretty stock. It's lowered on coilovers, so the car's a little bit low. Came with the original wheels, which is pretty awesome. Stock exhaust, really sounds great. Sounds just amazing. But as far as the body goes, it's all original. The stock wing, CTR wing. No need to get a replica on eBay there. Window trim, roof trim, replacing all of that. The Civic Type R emblem. The emblems were all sun faded too, so making sure we got new red Honda emblems. These are absolutely crucial. You know, rear emblems in the back. You know, stop Type R lip. Original headlights with the black chrome. Parts are pretty cheap and abundant. And then there's something like 20 years of experience of people taking these cars apart on forums and on YouTube. So kind of shout out to everybody on forums, everybody on YouTube. As far as maintenance goes, this car has been pretty simple, very straightforward. Timing belt, water pump, every 7 or 9 years. The previous owner had already done some work. There were stickers all over the engine bay, but just for peace of mind, took it to my local Honda shop and had it taken care of. The entire car was ceramic coated. The paint was in pretty worn condition, but now you can see, and I'm just gonna straight up touch it. It's nice and smooth, nice and glossy. So underneath the hood is where most of the modifications and time spent in maintenance has been done. My two favorite pieces within under the engine hood here, brand new valve cover. Had to go get a brand new one. The old one was pretty flaked, very, very worn. And then of course the Mugen headers. Got these on Yahoo Auctions. Shout out Jesse Streeter for getting these shipped overnight from Japan. I went through the process of sanding and polishing each one of these tubes down, and then over time, driving the car, it's turned this beautiful shade of gold. A new ground cable, that's absolutely crucial. And shout out to the Honda fanboys. This is exactly where it goes. It goes here. It does not go here. This is an empty thread. It does not go there. And then just a closer look at the Mugen intake. So I also got this one on Yahoo Auctions, and it's an enclosure with a K&N cone inside, and it goes right inside of here underneath, kind of around, underneath to where the resonator goes. And then just to zoom in on the VIN number. This is how you know it's legit. GF-EK9. And what's been pretty awesome for me, just kind of going around the car, going over every square inch, is kind of the lack of rust. There's some surface rust here and there. You can see in the areas and the hinges, around underneath the fenders, where I couldn't really get to. But this entire kind of panel ended up looking like that, and after a little bit of scrubbing, it just kind of got pushed away. But no obvious rust areas. Really, really clean all the way through the radiator support to the other strut tower. As you can see, this is like kind of the way it looked like before, where it's just really, really dusty and dirty. Just 25 years of grime built up kind of in the corners, and I just had not gotten around to kind of cleaning this area yet. But this is a little bit of a view of what the engine bay had looked like before. As far as the motor goes, it's a stock B16B. No indication that this thing has been swapped or anything like that. You see, check out the stamping of the B16B here. And just taking a look at the interior, it's pretty much stock. Replaced the original Type R steering wheel. It's a Momo steering wheel that comes with an airbag. But went ahead and removed that because the leather was really, really worn, and replaced it with a Momo tuner. That's a real Honda NSX Type R horn button. Shout out to the fanboys who know how much that horn button costs. I don't really like running Type R stuff on non-Type R cars, but I think for this kind of car, it made an exception. This is the original Type R shift knob. It's metallic, not titanium. It's actually pretty weighty, pretty heavy. The only modification I did in here is the Android head unit. Went ahead and just kind of changed it out. The original Pioneer that I came with, the touchscreen was broken. Outside of that, I've added in a under-seat subwoofer. You can't see it here. I just kind of wired it underneath the sub. An amp that goes inside the glove box. Speakers inside the doors. For the big Honda fanboys out there, sash covers off of a USDM EM1 SI. The EK9 does not come with tweeters. I went ahead and just grabbed some. You can see how they're kind of damaged, eBay find. And then just put aftermarket tweeters in there. And then Recaro seats, these are the originals. They can tilt to let you into the back of the car. You see all the stitching is still here. Nothing is ripped or anything like that. A little bit of wear here and there, especially on the driver's side bolster, just kind of getting into the car. And this car's almost 30 years old. Just kind of look into the back here. One of the biggest things that I really wanted was a complete interior. A lot of the EK9s out there at auction, especially the kind of cheaper ones, have gutted interiors, maybe a roll cage. I know how hard it is to get all the black pieces and all black everything. And so made sure that was it was all complete. And then just taking a look at the rear hatch area, same situation, right? So making sure that the entire interior is complete, these speaker covers, this trunk hatch cover. I think this is similar to the USDM piece. And as far as the trunk goes, this is all stock and it's all here. This is where the strut towers are, the rear strut towers are. And it's very, very common for people to cut a hole and put a brace here. So Jay's Racing, Mugen, Spoon, whatever it is, because there's no OEM kind of cutout area. And so it's just kind of a nice bonus where the car has the original the original interior trim and it's not cut out. And then just taking a look at the car all around, right? The body is in really, really great condition. Just kind of looking at the wheel wells where there's a common areas for rust on these old cars, especially ones in Japan where they drive them in snow. It's an island nation where there's just a lot of salt spray. This wasn't in really great condition. It's got 180,000 kilometers, about 110,000 miles, but no indication of any rust on the body. Original fenders, still metal. Nothing going on here. And then from the car's history perspective, I only found about 3 previous owners or previous registrations for this vehicle in Japan. The car was originally purchased at Honda in Shin Sapporo. I left this dealer sticker here just as a kind of little keepsake. The back inside the car, just kind of showing you guys around. Original cluster, you can check out the miles, or kilometers, sorry. Type R cluster, yellow needles, 8400 red line, Type R emblem, pretty sweet. Cup holders, gotta be really practical. Starts right up. No dash lights. No weird noises. AC blowing, man, I'm sweating right now. AC blows. Let's get this thing kind of cranked. I gotta. And you'll hear even with the Mugen headers and the test pipe, with the stock muffler, it does so much work. It's absolutely so quiet inside the car. Right where you are? Yeah. Okay. Dude. That sounds so good. And really, as far as next steps go, there are a lot of things that really need fixing or have open items for me on this car. Some touch-ups here and there. There's some imperfections on the paint. I'll zoom in a little bit here. There's some spidering from the previous owner, just driving around in Japan on the front bumper. So probably like a front end refresh, maybe just kind of take the bumper off, hood, fenders, and make sure that's all kind of nice and clean. Some friction areas between the lip and the bumper. You can see right here, maybe hard to see on the camera, but just some wear and tear from the lip touching the bumper and flexing. So absolutely not crucial or a major priority. From a maintenance standpoint, yeah, really doesn't need much else. Did the timing belt, water pump, drives amazing. Doesn't make any noises, no smoke or anything like that. Just love driving it around. Redline it every time without any problems. kind of one of the best parts about this car is just being able to hop in, hit the VTEC crossover, redline it, not even hit speed limit, and then once you shift into like high gear, you're just blending in with regular traffic. It's just an old Civic.
Got it in 5th gear right now, going about 70 miles an hour. AC is going. Put some music on, 90s techno, break beats or something like that, freestyle music. And man, I can drive the 4 hours to Dallas right now. But it's time to let this car go to its next owner. For me, it's been an incredible journey, meeting other Civic people, Honda people in general. Hours and hours on Facebook Marketplace, hours and hours on Yahoo Auctions, Japan. And of course, hours and hours of driving. Hours and hours of doing this. I don't really have a lot of time to be searching for parts online, doing maintenance, looking for parts, doing ceramic coating and things like that. And so I've got this car pretty much back to stock with the wheels, the muffler, all the modifications I mentioned. I'm going to keep them on the car. The next owner can decide to, do what they want with them. And it's really time to bid farewell to this car.
So yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate you guys listening to me yap about my car and my journey. Vision was a really minty Type R and getting it back to the original spec with some slight tweaks and modifications, as you guys saw. So really, really happy with it. And I know the next owner is really, really going to enjoy it. Feeling a little bit emotional about actually selling it. Yeah, it's been really, really fun. So yeah, leave me a comment, leave me a DM on Instagram. Would love to chat more about cars if you're interested about the EK9. If there's something I didn't talk about, or if you're just interested in buying one in general, would love to talk a little bit more about that too. Thanks, guys.
Nice.
Hey, that was Kelly.